briefing. Okay, everyone, how are you this morning? I want to see your face, and then please again for this session, I want you to rename your screen with your nickname. Yeah, so I know how to call you when we're doing exercise or discussion. Okay. I will also change my name. Okay, so good morning. I see Nessa. Good morning, Nessa.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nana. Good morning, Sasha. Sasha itu Amina ya?
Sasha.
No, your full name? Oh, sorry. You look like Amina. Sudiksa, good morning.
Morning.
Risa, good morning.
Morning.
Sabrina, good morning.
Morning, Miss.
Kin, morning, Kin.
Morning, Miss.
Morning, MJ.
Morning, Miss.
Hi, Zira. FYP.
Miss. Morning.
Zira, Christy, and Maura. Yeah, we will have Maura later. Afif, how are you, Afif?
I'm doing fine, Miss.
Yeah. We have some who have not changed their screen name. Yeah. Ludwig, Naira, and Mono, where are your videos? I want to see your face this morning. Okay. Okay. FLASN ini siapa ya?
I'm Raf, Miss. I'm gonna change my name first.
Okay, I'll change your name. Okay, so as you can see, I am currently in one of our room here. I'm still trying to adjust this here. Can you see our room? Yeah, this is the communication lounge. We will have lots of classes in this room. See, I think, have anyone seen this room before? Maybe during open house or other activities? Sudah ada? Belum? Sudah sempat ya? Yeah, but not like a complete one, yeah? So this is our room. Later, we will also show you other rooms in the first part of second session, yeah? Okay, now I have to return it to my direction again. Wait. Wait. Miss Irma. Wait. Nggak usah. It's okay. Here. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Now, there are so many me's in my bag. Okay, so this is our room. Yeah, I hope soon we will be able to attend to campus and doing our class in campus. Yeah. Okay, so everybody has renamed their screen. I haven't seen. Ini satu lagi siapa? Rafael, Naira, Mono, and more.
Yes. Miss.
My camera is... Basically, my laptop is broken and I'm ordering a camera right now. So I need to wait.
Okay. Who is this one more that has not renamed their screen yet? And okay. Okay, so good morning again. I hope that I hope that everybody is in healthy and safe, yeah, as we still have two more sessions today. The first session will be like the one that we have the other day with Miss Dian, yeah. So we will discuss about creative writing, and then in the second session, with the help and guide from your senior, your leader, we will try to do a small exercise. Yeah, basically, creative writing is a subject that you will learn a lot. Writing, to be specific, yeah, in all classes. So today I will not go into detail with the definition and others because you will have it in class later on anyway. So I will just give the glimpse, yeah, the big picture of creative writing. Okay, so can everybody hear me clearly? Because I'm wearing a masker in here. Bisa kedengaran jelas suara saya?
Yes.
Okay. This morning I arrived early. I'm using my face shield, yeah, but I think it's rather empty in here in this big FX campus. I think today we only have around 5 person in here, maybe 7, including the security. So hopefully it will be safe. And good thing for us, we have our communication lounge or communication room that is open house. Open house. I mean, like an open for. It's not like a regular class, but it's open. Yeah. So I hope it is also safer for lecturer when we do this online classes from campus. Okay, so everybody's ready for the session for writing? Can I hear your voice before we start? Everybody's ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Karena kalian akan banyak writing. Some of you might already have experience doing writing, but maybe some has not write anything yet on top of their class or high school assignment. So we will learn together. And I hope in the end of your period, your study period in BINUS, you are able to write well, excellence in different forms. Okay, let me share a screen first. Yes, okay. Yeah, can everybody see my screen clearly? Ya. Okay. Writing is easy. I always put it in the beginning of my writing class because basically we all write. We do write in different form. You write WhatsApp message, you write Instagram post, you write essays maybe, or other things which makes us actually a writer. Yeah, depends on what types of writer. Okay, so this is about me, not the one with headscarf and red lips. Yeah. Okay, so let us start with the question first. So I want to ask everybody in here, all of you, what do you usually read? What do you usually read? Okay, I want to hear from everyone. Maybe we can start with the leader first, yeah? Maura, what do you usually read?
I usually read fiction, Miss,
Okay, why do you like it?
because it's fun reading fiction. Like it's like far from reality, so it's pretty fun.
Okay, far from reality. And so what types of writing do you think it is? Fiction, yeah? You mentioned
Yeah.
it. How about Tim? Our leader first. What do you usually read? It could be anything, yeah?
I like science fiction, so that's just fiction, but futuristic, I guess. It's sometimes really interesting.
Okay, so it's a fiction as well, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So we also have Christy in here. Ada Christy ya? The leader or Maura? Sorry, Maura. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you usually read, Christy?
I like Mara also like fiction.
Fiction. Okay.
Yes.
Why do you like it? Is it for the same reason?
I think fiction movies, fiction books, especially like mystery, like the mystery genre. It's really interesting.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So, how about you, Nessa? What do you usually read and why do you like it?
I usually read fiction. Similar to Christy, I like to read mystery.
Mystery, okay. And what types of writing do you think it is? Fiction, yeah. It's a book fiction. Okay, mystery writing. How about Sasha? What do you, Sasha? What do you usually read?
I usually read about fantasy.
Name one. Choose one. It doesn't have to be fiction or non-fiction. It could be Instagram posts, or maybe you read blog posts or poster or comics or anything.
No, probably like Percy Jackson or Harry Potter. You know,
Fiction, yeah? You like fiction. Okay.
yeah.
Good. How about Risa? What types of what do you usually read? It's not necessarily the title of the book. It could be anything. Let's say you love to read comics or Instagram posts or blog or whatever. Boleh, ya. Okay, Risa.
I usually read fiction and comics
Okay.
because I found it fun and it's just full of imagination.
Full of imagination. So what types of writing do you think it is? Fiction, yeah? Fiction.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. One is most of you write fiction. How about you, Kenji? What do you usually read?
I usually read manga and manhwas
Okay.
because it is creative and interesting.
Okay.
The types of what they are written are like supernatural, drama, and slice of life.
Okay. So what types of writing do you think it is? Comics?
Yeah, sort of like that.
Okay, thank you. How about Nana?
I also like fiction
Fiction, okay. Why do you like it?
because it's interesting and there's a lot of plot twists and it enhances my imagination too.
Okay. So fiction again. I like this class. I like this class already. Yeah? You like reading fiction. Yeah. I remember sometimes in a class or in or outside Venus. Yeah. When I ask what do you usually read, there are students who did not read at all. Ada gitu ya. But I like this. Ini udah setengah, half of it I like to read. Okay, thank you. How about you, Afif?
Comics.
Comics, okay. Why do you like it? Is it the same?
It's hard for me to imagine it when I read a book, but when it's comic, I kind of see what's happening.
Okay, so comic. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, KG. Sasha, how about you, Sasha? What do you usually read?
Miss, you already asked me.
Oh, sorry. Kenapa? Sorry. MJ. Yeah, because. How about you, MJ?
Either webtoon or like articles on the internet about anything like conspiracy theories or anything.
Okay, so what types of writing do you think it is?
For the webtoon, it's fiction. For the article,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Don't worry, yeah, you don't have to have like a exact or right or from answers. We just discussed. Okay, thank you. Haikal, I haven't asked you, right? Okay. What do you usually read?
Well, personally, I don't like to read novel, but I like to read biography, and then what else? Yeah, like Instagram posts, like facts about anything,
Okay.
like
So
that.
biography, biography. It's different types of writing as well, yeah, as
Yeah.
it is not fiction. Okay. Is it in Korean? You speak Korean, right? You read in Korean.
Yes. Well, sometimes I read in Korean or in English or in Indonesia.
You should teach us Korean language then, yeah. Thank you, Haika. Ludwig, how about you? What do you usually read?
To tell you the truth, miss, I don't usually read, but when I do, it's either comic books or fiction.
Or WhatsApp message from your friends? Comic, yeah. Okay. Comic. And what kind of comics? Any specific genre?
I think like Marvel.
Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
And why do you like it?
I think I'm just invested in some of the characters.
Okay. Thank you, Ludwig. Adisha? How about you?
I think I most usually read magazines.
Magazine, okay. The article in magazine, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it offers a lot of opinions and perspectives about the issue.
Okay. So, what types of writing do you think it is?
Yang ako sih suka yung fashion gitu.
Fashion, okay. I think since you read it in the magazine, so we can categorize it as journalism piece, ya, journalistic writing as well. Okay, Nesa sudah ya Nesa? Sudah, Nesa sudah. Haikal, next. Mono, how about you, Mono?
I usually read online news.
Online news, okay. Not the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I don't really like it though. I just want to catch up with what's happening outside.
Okay. So online news, yeah. I think it's also part of journalistic writing, yeah. Okay, thank you, Mono. How about you, Kim?
I usually read articles and fiction books, usually like self-help books.
Self-help, yeah. Do you think self-help book also a fiction or non-fiction or different types of writing?
I think it's more to fiction, I guess.
Maybe depends on the content, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, depends.
Thank you. Moza, how about you?
Hi, I fiction books too, miss, and books more like self-help as well, like books by Mark Manson. I think I like.
Men from Mars and Women from Venus, gitu ya? Bukan?
Sorry?
Books like Men from Mars and Women from Venus, something like that. Can you hear my voice clearly?
No, sorry.
Yeah, I think I just take off my then, yeah. Nobody in here anyway. Okay, how about Sabrina? How about you?
I usually read fiction.
Fiction. Okay, so the types of writing is fiction, yeah. Fania, what do you read?
Yeah, I usually read novels, like poetry books. But like novels, I think it's fiction. I usually like read fantasy or romance novels.
Fantasy, okay. Fania, Naira?
I usually read fiction or like quotes or poetries that I found online, like an Instagram or a specific website.
Okay, website. What types of writing? What types of writing do you think it is? Let's say Instagram. What types of writing? Social media writing, maybe?
Yeah, probably that.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Diksha, Sudiksha?
usually read novels. It's
Novel.
fiction.
Okay, fiction.
Yeah.
So it's the types of writing of fiction, yeah. Mono, Nesha, Adisha, Amaina. How about you?
I read novels, especially in the crime genre.
Okay. And what types of writing do you think it is?
Fiction.
Fiction, yeah. Okay, so most of you like fiction. Ada yang belum? Saya panggil Rafael. Oh, this is our Rafael, yeah, FYP leader, yeah. Any names that I have not called yet? How about you, Miss Dian and Miss Lily? What do you usually read?
Karin.
Yeah.
Well, I mostly read books on food, whether it is recipes or food stories, novels that is related to food.
Okay, specific, yeah. You like writing or food writing, yeah, Miss Dian, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Miss Lily?
Well, I read mostly news, and
Okay.
then I always comment on the news because just regular netizens like to comment and criticize people. And I like also social media posting. Yeah, I like to read social media posting just to have fun. So I don't really read hard science, hard writing. Yeah, I just read anything for fun to get like information, like news and other things. So that's my reading problem actually.
So both news and social media posting as well, yeah, Miss Lily, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Yeah, so I hear about your preferences in reading, and the reason why I ask you that question as a kick-off question, because today we are going to discuss or to do exercise on the writing. Yeah, there are several types, too many types of creative writing, actually. Yeah, some you have mentioned already: fiction, Instagram posting, biography, self-help, and others. Yeah, these are some examples. Poetry, plays, movie or television scripts, fiction, yeah, songs, speeches, personal essay, blogging, reporting, journal, essays, memoir, comics, and many more. Yeah. Can you name other examples of creative writing that I probably have not written here yet? Ada lagi nggak types of creative writing? There are a lot actually. This is things that I can like remember quickly, but actually there are a lot. Yeah, as you can see here, songs, lyric, yeah, Instagram post, movie scripts, TV scripts, journal, essay, memoirs, personal essays. All of them are part of creative writing. Later, when you are in class, you will know the differences between writing for public relation, writing for journalism, and also for entertainment communication. Okay. So let me start with the principles of writing first. Yeah, as I hear your preferences earlier, yeah, just then, we can continue to what are the principles of writing that makes it interesting. Okay, in general, yeah, this is not like an exact science like 1 + 1 = 2. In general, sometimes people divide the writing into these types: journalistic writing, creative writing, technical or report writing, and social media writing. Even though I myself believe that actually journalistic writing or social media writing can also be considered as creative writing. Yeah, but actually there are different types of writing, and it is matter when you are going to write it to your target audience. So what is it, your target audience? Okay. Some general principles of the writing. First is the proximity. Yeah. What is proximity? Anyone can find the other words for proximity? Maybe in Bahasa Indonesia? What do you think? What is proximity? Anyone?
Sense of closeness, I think.
Closeness, yeah, kedekatan, ya, kedekatan. How close we are to the topic, ya. Events that are close to us, of course, we will be interested more than things that happen in other cities or other states or other countries, for example. Let's say when we read about COVID, yeah, the patients of COVID, numbers of COVID patients, for example. First thing that interests us the most, of course, it will be COVID patient in our city, in Jakarta, or maybe to be specific in our kelurahan or our kecamatan, yeah, because it has proximity to us, yeah. Not only in terms of geography or location, but it can also be proximity or kedekatan in other area. Yeah. For example, let's say when we write about something that happened in Middle East, for example, which is very far from Indonesia, but we wrote the story maybe because we have similarity or we are close in religion, karena sama-sama beragama Islam misalnya, itu juga part of proximity, kedekatan, how close we are to the story. And then the second one is prominence. Can anybody find other word or other names for prominence? Apa itu prominence? Anyone?
Something well known.
Well known, yeah. Or famous person, celebrity, famous people, yeah, big names. So if the story involves a well-known public figure, people are more curious or want to know more. Even though we still can divine what public figure is, it doesn't have to be something national or international, it could be public figure around our community or area, for example. Yeah, prominence. Novelty or new spec. Any other words for novelty or new spec? Anything? When, let's say you write about a new restaurant, a new and most wanted restaurant that always has a long queue, for example. How do you define that kind of writing or that kind of news about a new restaurant? Apanya sih yang kita tulis kalau sesuatu yang baru itu? Anyone? Why do we write about a new restaurant, for example? Anyone? Apa kira-kira? Kenapa kita menulis tentang restoran itu baru? Anyone want to guess? This is not like right or wrong, yeah. We just discuss. Okay. This is because of the new things, yeah. New spec. There are something new about the restaurant. Is it the opening or the menu or anything? Yeah. So novelty or new spec, if we translate it into bahasa Indonesia, it will be as baru, kebaruan. Yeah. New, updated, current, hot, or relevant. Something new, something updated will interest the reader more. Okay. And then next is specific target audience. So whether you write for your Instagram post or for novel, short story, fiction, film script, TV script, poem, or anything, different target audience will require different types of writing, and consequently, it will need different style of language. Yeah. For example, when I wrote for a magazine, even different types of magazine, when I wrote for current issue magazine and when I wrote for lifestyle magazine, the type of writing, the style of language will be different. Not to mention if you write for different types, journalism versus fiction, for example, depends on your target audience. Okay. Next, emotions. Yeah. Good story, good writing usually involve emotion. Does the story make us sad, happy, angry, or move, or what? Yeah. So human interest stories, I think it's people like human interest stories the most. So whatever we write, whatever you write, please make sure you add the perspective or stories about human. Ada orangnya. Let's say we write about, can anyone give one example of hot issues? Apa hot issues, salah satu hot issue yang sekarang lagi kita bahas. Anyone? Come on.
Anjay.
Sorry, yeah, Ludwig.
Anjay, the
Anjay.
word.
Okay, right. The word anjay, yeah. It's all over social media, right? The word itself is the benda mati gitu ya, tidak menarik, the word itself. But if we relate it to who said it the first, in what context, and then what happened to the person who said it first. So we discuss about the human who said the word and the consequences to a person that probably insulted by that word, or the itu apa KPAI ya yang melarang ya kalau nggak salah ya, KPAI betul ya, something like that. So the story it's not only about the word anjay, for example, so that's a good one, but also about the person affected by that story. Or for example, when we discuss about conflict, yeah, everyone talking about conflict, every media wrote about conflict. It just stay as numbers and figure, right? Okay, jumlah pasien sekian ratus, sekian ribu, naik turun dan sebagainya. But if you add stories about human, about the doctors, about the patient, about the family, about how we are trying to protect ourselves by using masker, for example. So the story of human, yeah, it helps a lot when you try to write the stories. Even if you write about food, yeah, you can still add perspective of human, which is you, yourself, yeah. Okay, we will discuss more later. And then conflict, yeah. When I say conflict, it's not necessarily mean like conflict, like fighting or apa kayak di adegan perang begitu ya, bukan. Tapi like there are conflict, drama, scandal, dramatic, something like that. I think you find it a lot in movie or TV series, for example. Yeah. How many of you watching? What is it? One famous Netflix movie. Let's say Crash Landing on You. Siapa yang nonton Crash Landing on You? Girls? Girls? Yeah, you all watch it. Why do you think the story interesting? On top of the handsome and beautiful actor and actresses.
Because of the drama and the plot.
Right, the plot, the drama. That's a problem. How these two people, like from different background, they are trying to be together, right? Like too many drama, dramatic things, battle, scandal, clash of interest, clash of love, anything, ya. Ada konflik di dalamnya. It makes it interesting. It doesn't have to be like conflict, like fighting, yeah, but something that is, what do you call it, yeah, something that is not accepted, but you are trying to combine it and reach the goals, for example. Itu kan juga konflik. Okay, there are some of the general principles of writing, which of course can be applied differently when it comes to different purpose. Yeah, but in general, I think you can focus or you can pay attention to that guide. Okay, and then anyone want to add something? Do you think there are also other things that should be included in the writing? Or maybe when you when you read fiction, comics, article, online article, is there any interesting things that you think should be included in the writing, in all writing? Ada nggak tambahannya? Atau cukup? The leader, FYP leader, you want to add something? Do you think any other principles that also important in the writing? Tim or Maura? Style of writing, maybe, or what?
Yeah, I guess maybe the style, miss.
The style of writing, yeah.
Because it can affect what kind of story it is, whether it's like informal or formal writing.
I agree, because sometimes different people write about same stories, same interesting stories. They follow these principles, but one can be more interesting than the others, yeah, because of the way they say it, because of the choice of words and everything, yeah. Okay, thank you, Tim. And then some of you mentioned about social media, yeah, about writing for social media, Instagram posts, Twitter, and other, maybe blog, yeah. Do you think it is different when we write for social media compared to a conventional media, quote unquote? Do you think it is different? Or is there any specific thing that we must pay attention when we write for social media? Sasha?
It might be less formal if we write for social media.
Okay, less formal. Interesting, because in other way, it still can be formal, yeah?
On what the posts will about.
What the post, okay, interesting, and more informal, okay? What else? Nana? What do you think when you write for social media?
I think like the format too, because in social media and conventional media, the format is different.
The format is different, okay? So more informal, Sasha, Nana, the format is different. Audrey? What do you think?
For social media, it's more up to you. Like you can express anything you want through it.
Okay. Social media, yeah, that's the characteristic of social media. Diksha, you want to add something?
It's different depending on the audience you're writing for.
Okay, depends on the audience, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. So let's see some of the characteristic of social media. I think in a way it is faster, yeah. You can just share or upload or post something instantly compared to regular or conventional media, right? You can directly post it on your Instagram, for example. Back then, if you want to have information on something, even the media, the news media, the journalists, it takes time for them to put the writing on their news site. Yeah, But now it's faster. You can read it as it happens through streaming, through posting and everything. The second one is interactive. I think this is one of the characteristics of social media. Back then, when I started my career as journalist, if I write something, maybe if someone or the readers want to interact or want to respond to the writing, they have to like send email or send fax. Yeah, back then it takes time for them to reach the writer. But now you can like instantly, directly communicate with the writer, and it can be like one of the most interesting and engaging tools. Yeah? Let's say if you read in the COMM or Line Today, for example, yeah, there will be comment section where everybody can give comment and they can also debate and they can also fight about issues, yeah, interactive. This is interesting as apparently people in Indonesia, based on some research, they love to use comment sections a lot. Jadi berantem deh tuh di comment section ya. There are lots of research also about that because it's interactive, so you can give feedback instantly. Of course, there are problems sometimes, especially with credibility, right? Therefore, you realize or you read a lot on discussion about hoax, for example, discussion about credibility of the post. For example, let's say I post something as personal as individual in my Instagram post, and then let's say the posting apparently it's not true. It's apa namanya? Not only it's not true, maybe it's deliberately a hoax ya on something. Itu kan bisa aja karena secara personal I don't have any editor, I don't have any organization behind me, so I can post. You can post. Anyone can post anything that you want. So there are problems with credibility. That's why we have to make sure that when it comes to important information, do search from the credible social media or internet sources. Yeah, we will discuss a lot about it in class later. And then engagement does matter. But then when people write about something, that's it. They write and then they leave it to the audience. But now, success of a story, a success of a writing will also depends on what? Ada yang bisa jawab nggak? Selain dari kontennya sendiri, apa satu ukuran kesuksesan sebuah story or article or post? Anyone? Just guess. Apa? Selain kontennya bagus, of course, ya, but what other measurement that the writing, that the story, that the article considered success?
It can actually influence people.
Influence people? How do you know it influence people? I mean, how can you tell that an article influence people? Kira-kira apa ininya?
When they actually do the thing.
Okay, thank you, Nesa. That's a good answer. But I think the measurement, when you say that it influences people, in the beginning it's shared a lot, right? It's shared, it engaged a lot. So the more the story becomes viral, the story being shared, I think in a way it is considered a successful one. Of course, we can discuss about the quality, sensational, and other things. But I think ideally, when it shared more, it influenced more people, right? I remember, for example, back then when I wrote for a magazine, let's say we consider it an exclusive investigative report that is very good, but before internet, it just stayed in the library. That's it. only those who are interested in it will read it. But if now during social media or internet era, it can be shared. Not only we as a person, but media. Yeah, and it is not the media itself that that attract the readers, but the platform. Ya kan? I think most of you, most of us read news. You're not going to, for example, www.kompas.com or www.cnn.com. But usually we go to Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and we read it through other format. Yeah, that's the development of social media or internet. And then same story can be delivered in different platform and different angle. For example, even if you read this, do you know Tirto.co? Tirto, yeah. I think if it is like an examples of how they deliver the news differently when they post it on website and when they post it on Instagram. Yeah, because they are trying through Instagram, they are trying to reach younger generation of readers. So they use different platform, the similar story, but different platform and different angle. Okay. And then usually when we write about social media, again, it's about people. Yeah. That's why exercise on people writing or speaking about people and their story, it is very interesting, especially if you are able to write it in detail and real. You can explore more. Anyone of you read Human of New York? Ya, tahu Human of New York ya? Nanti coba dicari Human of New York. It's like a very short story about regular people that you meet on the street. Yeah, but you are able to find stories from people, from random people, because everybody has stories to talk about. Nanti atau sekarang kalau kamu sambil search ya, Human of New York, itu about people. So even if you write about travel, if you write about food, do include people in the story. Okay? And then mind your language. Nah, ini godaan juga ya, karena depends on your target audience. So you communicate based on your target audience. And then you have to ensure that your content connect with your audience, right? Let's say you are going to write about travel or food, let's say food. There are too many Instagram or website or blog about travel, for example. Yeah. So make sure that you choose a specific audience and then connect with specific language. I mean, style of language that relate to your audience. I myself, for example, when I talk to students, even though the content is or the topic is similar, but the wording will be different when I talk to high school students, when I talk to fellow lecturers, or when I talk to students, high school, college students, or others, depends on my audience. So what language, what kind of language do you want to use? Bahkan dari menamakan diri sendiri, kalian mau pakai aku, saya, gue, or in English, or what? Yeah, make sure that it is consistent. Here, caption matters. In social media, it is different if it is like conventional or regular media, quote unquote regular, yeah. Headline can make a break on the article, but for social media, a caption can make or break your post. Fotonya udah bagus, but the captions is not as good as the photos. So make sure you are able to also create a good caption. Don't think of your posting in social media as only for, yeah, it is for fun, but actually there are a lot that you can learn from your social media, or let's say to be specific, Instagram post, for example. Yeah, there are rules that you can learn. For example, does it have to be short? Does it have to be long? How many words or how many sentences should be? It will depends. It will decide the engagement or the whether it is interesting or not. Okay, a good caption might be funny or informative depending on your brand or your personal things, but it need to summarize. Yeah, let's say you post about food, it still need to summarize about the things that you post. Apa sih postingan itu tentang apa misalnya? Ya. Ini it's still more or less similar, but it should be written in your own voice. For example, you targeted the audience your age, yeah? So you have to talk with that language. Or for example, you discuss about something to older or younger audience, then you have to also adjust the language. It should be written in your own voice. So when you post something, we know that it is your identity. Oh, ini tulisannya Nana nih, oh ini tulisannya Sasha nih, tulisannya Audrey or Kenji. Kita tahu identity dari masing-masing orang. Ya, it doesn't have to be formal, but have your own identity. And then please be consistent throughout the content. I think even though some of us still new, I mean, still try to build our social media posts, for example, we can learn to make the post consistent. Konsistennya dalam hal apa? We can discuss more on that. Okay, the more you consistent posting something, the more you are able to identify your social media post as yours. Oh, ini postingan tentang kucing nih, Miss Lily. Misalnya postingan tentang food, Miss Dian, atau postingan tentang beauty. Ini you are able to have your identity on social media. I think it's a good practices as well, ya. Daily practices on your own. For social media, it is also short and simple. You don't have the people spend their time in social media. They read very fast. If they don't like it, they will just skip and move to different page or different website, different post. So make it short and simple. Apparently, make it something short and simple is harder than make it long. Yeah. Based on my experience back then, when I asked people to write shorter, it's difficult. Oh, there are too many things that I want to put. I have so many material that I want to put. How can I make it short and simple? That's the challenge. Yeah. Do not think that if you are able to write long, then it is better. Depends. Yeah. Sometimes short and simple also better. Okay. You can also use images and videos, and you can put your caption in there. Then it is also part of creative writing. Yeah. Sometimes people only focus on the writing part. Yeah. But actually, in images, in videos, in films, yeah, there are wording that you need to write. You should add text to the image and video, which can also be categorized as creative writing. Okay. Sometimes an image or video can stand alone, yeah, without full message, but still you still have to add like the caption on, like summary of what this is about. Okay. Any question so far before I move on to different part? do you think writing in, can I ask your opinion on writing in social media? Risa, what do you think? Which social media writing do you experience or do you ever do?
I've never did writing in social media before, but I've seen a lot of it, especially like the viral one about gossips like that.
Okay, so social media writing, yeah. How about you, Afif? Do you yourself write on social media? Are you active on social media?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you usually post? What do you usually write?
I don't post. I rarely post, but I post something for a school project. It's like apa tuh kayak make an argument how our government's not paying. You know, we have to pay a lot for education.
Okay.
Kayak gitu. It's something like that.
Okay, so argumentative, yeah. So
Yeah.
you give your point and defend your opinion, yeah. Okay. Anyone regularly post something consistent on your social media? Maybe on Instagram post? Anyone? Or you post like random things?
Random.
Random, ya. About what are you doing today, gitu ya. How about you, Mono? What do you usually post in your social media?
Random things I want to post.
Random things, yeah, random. Okay, so I think you can start exercising your writing in your Instagram. Karena kan itu gampang ya. You don't have to like starting something long or something complicated. You can just start with daily things. But you can doing exercise by writing in the caption. And I know that nowadays your Instagram account or your social media account will later be your etalase gitu ya. People can see you through your social media post. So make sure that you post something good on it. Yeah, I remember your one of your senior. She always posts something creative, pictures about herself, doing this, doing that, funny and creative, yeah. And she got called from Gojek back then. Dia yang dipropose oleh Gojek few years ago because Gojek likes her posting on her Instagram. Orangnya tuh lucu dan postingnya tuh kreatif. Now she is one of the manager in Gomart. Jadi dia posting-postingnya di Gomart. Itu karena social medianya. And there are so many other stories from your senior that they are able to use their social media as their portfolio. Gak apa-apa main-main dalam arti posting your daily life, food or anything, but you can use it as exercise for writing. Okay? Any question before I move on to descriptive writing? Saya minum dulu. What do you think? Okay, so one of the types or the format, the style of creative writing is descriptive writing. I like to use it as examples and exercise because it helps us to pay attention on details, pay attention on, something, sometimes you see a thing or person or place regularly and you don't pay attention to detail, while actually even things that you see a lot can be interesting if you put a detail on it. So you use word the details that they need. So instead of just doing or writing general thing, you also give details. Yeah, I like, some of you like fiction. I like fiction as well. And one of the things that I like about fiction is they are able to put details, right? And then, so they are able to visualize what you are saying and become part of your writing because you visualize it differently or detail. Of course, there are challenges since there are photos, but yet there are things that are not captured by photo. Tetap ada hal-hal yang tetap bisa di text, di describe. Okay. I like to have it in some of writing classes. So you describe something to help the readers using your senses, yeah. See, hear, taste, smell, or feel on something. So they are able to also engage with the stories. I think bahasa Indonesia, and especially bahasa daerah, it is very rich to describe about something. Okay, let me ask you something. The word smile or senyum, tersenyum, yeah. Can you find other similar word of senyum dalam bahasa Indonesia? Selain tersenyum apa? Sinonimnya dari senyum apa? Apa persamaannya kata senyum? Anyone? Haikal? Selain senyum apa? The word synonyms for senyum.
I don't know.
Tertawa mungkin?
Iya, tertawa.
Tertawa ya. What else? Ada orang Jawa nggak di sini? Banyak ya. Mesem-mesem mungkin kalau orang Jawa ya. Mesem itu juga smile, senyum. Apalagi kata-kata yang kurang lebih menggambarkan senyum, sama artinya dengan senyum.
Bahasa Sunda, Miss.
Apa bahasa Sunda?
Seri.
Oh, oke, menarik. Tulisannya bagaimana? Oke. Oke, banyak bahasa di Indonesia yang diambil dari seri. Oke, banyak bahasa dari bahasa Indonesia yang diambil dari bahasa daerah ya. Seri. Oke. Apalagi kata lain dari senyum itu apa lagi?
Sumringah.
Sumringah. Oke. Kalau sumringah itu gimana? Senyumnya berseri-seri gitu ya. Nyengir, nyengir.
Iya.
Nyengir juga ya. Apalagi? Senyum, sumringah, seri, mesem, tertawa, terbahak-bahak, sama nggak dengan senyum? Lain ya, dia lebih different types of tertawa. Nah, what I'm trying to say in here is the different word that you use will affect the readers differently, right? When you say senyum, oke, kita membayangkan dia tersungging lah, senyum dikit. Tapi ketika tertawa atau sumringah atau terbahak-bahak, itu degree of smilingnya beda, bener nggak? Kalau smile ya setengah bibir lah ya. But if you're laughing or if you apa tadi kalau dalam bahasa Sunda, seri itu apa? Ketawanya lebar, just smiling or like terbahak-bahak?
It depends. Sometimes smile or sometimes laugh.
Sometimes laugh or sometimes. It can apply to both ya.
Yeah.
Nah, Indonesia kayak. Dan bahasa Sunda juga menyumbang satu kata dalam bahasa Indonesia yang berasal dari bahasa Sunda that we cannot find it in bahasa Indonesia. And now bahasa Indonesia adopt this one word from bahasa Sunda, yaitu apa? Tahu nggak? What is it? One word that we adopt from bahasa Sunda. Bahasa Indonesia mengadopt dari bahasa Sunda, yaitu ngabuburit. Apa ngabuburit? Menunggu waktu berbuka ya. Ngabuburit itu kan nggak ada kata menunggu waktu berbuka itu dalam bahasa Indonesia, we don't have it. So we adopt from bahasa Sunda and it later become bahasa Indonesia, gitu ya. So it's a description about something. Another example, let's say about dying, meninggal, mati. How many words can you find, the synonyms of meninggal or mati?
Tewas.
Wafat, okay. Meninggal, wafat, mati. What else?
Tewas.
Tewas. What is the feeling when you say the word tewas compared to wafat misalnya? Kalau tewas lebih ke apa?
Something tragic.
Like a victim or something gitu ya. Gugur, how about gugur? Gugur ya, biasanya when we use the word gugur, it apply to
pregnant, miscarriage.
Okay, hero ya, something like that ya, hero. Gugur, meninggal, mati. What is the difference between mati and meninggal? Kata-katanya sama, artinya sama, but what are the differences?
Formal.
Formal atau the feeling ya, like more polite if you use meninggal or wafat compared to mati. Mati is like for animal ya, kucing saya mati misalnya ya, atau anjing atau burung gitu. Jadi more to animal for example. How about mangkat? Do you know the word mangkat? Meninggal but more apa ya, degree-nya tuh untuk raja, presiden, kaisar, lebih ke tinggi ya. So I'm just using this word to describe, to explain that actually there are lots of words to describe something and it will feels different when you use it, right? One word might be more polite and more suitable for target audience. One other words might not be. Yeah, so be careful when you using words. Riverview apartment, for example. What do you have in mind when you heard the word riverview? Tepi sungai gitu ya, bagus. But when we translate it dengan apartemen pinggir kali misalnya, do you have the same feeling when you hear it riverview compared to pinggir kali? Ya, pinggir kali sounds more apa? Kumuh gitu ya seolah-olah ya. Padahal kalau dari segi terjemahan kan sebetulnya similar. Okay, it's just some example on how words can play the main roles when you write. And then this is some ways to exercise when you writing descriptive writing, write a descriptive writing. Use your 5 sense when you describe about food, when you describe about travel. Use your 5 senses. Use figurative language to make it more detailed, and then have fun with words. You are able to play with words. Just try to find words that you like. Nggak apa-apa, salah-salah sedikit tapi latihan. And then show, don't tell. For example, when you say someone or something, someone is beautiful, kita kan nggak bilang dia cantik. Cantik itu apa? What is cantik? Rambutnya apa? Keriting, lurus, panjang, kulitnya sawo matang, putih, coklat atau apa? So you describe detail because it will engage to your audience better. Yeah. When I was a journalist, I read lots of fiction, chiclet, yeah, those. Some might say that it is like a shallow reading, but I learned a lot from that because those kind of reading, like a shopaholic, things like that, yeah, it actually teach me on how to describe something clearly and detailed. Ya, itu banyak yang kita pelajari. Tentu, there are also history book, legend, sastra, buku-buku sastra yang juga describe something clearly. But if you want to build your interest in reading or writing, you can start with something simple around you, topics that you like. Yeah. So this is the thing that we can learn. For example, this one. Okay, if you have to describe about the scene that you see on your screen, what do you think? Kira-kira baunya seperti apa ini? What do you think? What do you think? Adisha, what do you think about the, imagine you are in there, what do you think the smell like? What do you think what it feels like being there? Dari gambar ini kira-kira apa yang bisa kita lihat? Polutif, polusi gitu ya kali ya. Mungkin kita batuk-batuk kalau ada di situ, ya. One of the exercise is how to describe things that we see on this picture. Anyone want to try? How do you describe? Let's say you are there in this situation. How do you describe the situation in this picture? Come on, Fania, you want to try? Kira-kira suasananya apa ini? Situasinya? Is it hot? Is it polluted? Is it bikin sesak nafas or what?
Hello?
Yeah. What do you think?
Wait, I think I'm having connection trouble. Like for me, the screen is not showing any picture.
Oh, okay. You can see, you cannot see the picture?
Yeah, it's still like in the previous slide where it's like the description is a picture and words.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so anyone want to help? Sabrina? How do you describe this picture? In one word, in one sentence.
It smells strong, maybe. Polluted.
Polluted, yeah. This kind of thing you can use this as an exercise yang dimana how you are able to describe the details. Asapnya hitam, nafas sesak, for example, or polluted or others. Yeah. How about the other pictures? Here, how do you describe this picture? Kin senyum-senyum nih, kayaknya suka ini ya. How do you describe this pictures? Kira-kira?
Delicious.
Delicious?
I'm hungry.
Kuahnya gitu ya, kayaknya berbumbu ya, mungkin. Nessa, how about you? How do you describe this picture?
Tasty.
Tasty, right? Hot mungkin ya, spicy maybe?
Spicy and the smell is good.
The smell is good. Karena panas-panas ya. Later you can also doing exercise to find what other words to also describe a good gitu ya. Goodnya tuh apa? Smells chicken or smells kaldu or what? Okay. How about the other picture? What do you think? Kira-kira if you have to describe the situation in one sentence, what can you tell about these pictures? Ada yang bisa bantu? Risa, what do you think, Risa?
Freezing.
Freezing, yeah. How do you know that it is freezing?
From the snow and from the jacket that they wear.
Yeah, and then from the way they put like the hood and everything. Freezing. Yeah? It's not just cold, but I think it's freezing. Later, you have to be able to also describe more about the situation. How about this? Kemarin siapa tuh yang suka kopi ya? Amina, tuh ya. What do you think? How do you describe this picture? Apa Amina?
I think I would describe it as kind of peaceful and because the surrounding is also really like empty and it's just you can see in the back there's like trees and nature. There doesn't seem to be a lot of like commotion surrounding the coffee. So
how about the coffee? How do you describe the coffee? Do you think it's sweet or do you think it's like a black coffee without sugar?
I think it's bitter. It doesn't seem like kopi susu gitu.
So yeah. Okay, so I think it's thick ya, thick, tebal, jadi memang kental sekali kalau dilihat dari gambarnya atau fotonya. Okay, so this is just some examples on how we are able to describe a thing using something that around us. Okay, any question? Because later in the second session, I will do some exercise here for the second session. So we will divide you in some breakout rooms, and then I will ask you to write about food in any form of creative writing. Yeah, if you want to write fiction, if you want to write a food review, you want to write poem, you want to write anything, yeah, any form of creative writing, you can write maximum 200 words, nggak terlalu banyak, 200 kata gitu ya. And then each of your FYP leader will help you. They already have their guidelines, and then you submit it to them, and they will be the co-host to share it to the screen later. Okay, so everyone take notes on this part, yeah. I will also share it later because this is our exercise for the second part. Okay, any question? Or you are hungry because of seeing this food? I myself hungry of seeing this food.
Miss.
Okay,
Miss.
Kenji? Ya.
Ini kita bikin the ini apa sih? The creative writing itu bisa descriptive kan?
Bisa.
Atau narrative?
Bisa, anything. I will not limit your writing, anything. Even if you want to write it as comics, even if you want to write it as Instagram post, boleh ya. You want to complete it with your photos, boleh. Kalau ada, let's say you want to describe something about the photos and you pretend that it is your Instagram post, for example, boleh. Any creative writing, any writing that you think you like the most or easier for you. But I limit the topic to food, ya. Kalian bisa kerjakannya nanti atau sekarang kalian mulai juga boleh. And later in second session, you send it to your leader. Do you think for the leader, do you think we should share the groups now, or we do it in the, just share the groups now, or do it in the second session? What do you think? Maura, Tim, and Nazira?
Maybe now aja, Miss.
Bagi grupnya ya. Okay. There are 3 of you ya. 3 of you. Okay. I will write in here. Okay, kalau yang kemarin public speaking, how many student in each group? in each breakout room?
About 5, Miss.
About 5, yeah. Is there 3 or 4 leader yesterday on public speaking?
Three or
okay. Miss Dian, what do you think about the group? Should we divide it now or later in the second session? Actually, the group is only for submission, yeah. Okay. So wait, let me see your name. I will put.
Oh, it was 4, Miss. I
Okay.
said. Yeah.
Okay, so here I will just put the name based on the list. Kenji, Adisha, Afif dan Amina. And Adri. Ya, ini ya Kenji, Adisha, itu. Kenji, Adisha, Afif, Amina, and Audrey with Maura, ya. Maura, and then Haikal, Kin, Ludwig, Haikal, Kin, Ludwig, MJ Mono. With Kim, ya. And then we have Moza, Naira, Nana, Nesa. Moza, Nana, Naira, Nesa. Moza, Nana, Naira, Resa. Nesa, Risa, and Maura, tim Kristi, ya. Kristi, and then terakhir siapa? Sabrina.
Miss, I'm not a mentor for today.
Sorry?
I'm not a mentor for today.
Oke. Ini ya, Nazira ya?
Iya, Mas.
Tadi Sasha, Sudiksha, Fania, and Nazira. Do you have Nazira in here? Yeah. Berarti
yes, I'm here.
Yang Kristi diganti ke Nazira ya.
Okay.
So we only have Maura, Tim, and Zira. Ya, betul ya. Hanya 3 ya. Oke. Oke, berarti kita masih punya 4. Let me saya ulang deh ya. Maura, leader. Maura. Kenji, Adisha, Afif, Amina, Audrey, Kak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oke, ini saya ulang ya. Leader tim ya, the rest ya, semua sudah ya. Everyone is here. Lihat yang bawah aja ya. Maura, ya. Ada yang belum?
Sorry, Miss. Group, am I in?
Siapa yang belum?
Naira.
Oke, Naira. Oh ya, Naira yang di terakhir ya dengan Azira ya.
Okay, thank you.
So Maura, Tim, and Nazira. Okay. So I think how do you are going to collect the writing later through your email or what? Nazira, Tim, and Maura, or just send it to chat in.
Either email or WhatsApp, Miss.
Okay. So can you put your each of the leader? Can you put your email or WhatsApp in the chat? So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So Nazira, Tim, and
Miss,
yeah.
one group only submit one.
No, each individual because it's only like short writing.
Also, each of us just submit to our leader.
Yeah. So your
Okay.
leader will be the co-host in the second session to share your writing on the screen. Okay. Okay. So everyone has their leader and their phone number and email already. Yeah. Okay. So make sure that this is the assignment. Yeah, you can finish it during the break or maybe later, and then your leader will help you to write. I mean, to if you have question, you can consult with them, and then later in the second half we will discuss it in class. Yeah, you can just do it later. Okay. So, Miss Lily, Miss Lily is here. You already took a picture of everyone in here?
Yes, already.
Already, ya?
Lihat.
Oh, belum?
I have not taken picture.
Okay, wait, because it should be in my laptop. I cannot do it.
No, I mean, can you just post nicely so that I can take picture of you?
Sorry?
Just like stand up straight and.
Okay, also myself, yeah. Okay.
Look at the
Miss, I'm wearing
camera.
boxer, miss. I can't.
Wait, this is also you. I have to adjust the yes.
Fill up, yeah. Nah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and look at the camera.
It's still also new for us.
Yeah. Again, one more time. Look at the camera. Nice.
I'm smiling. You don't know that I'm smiling, yeah?
Yeah. We can see it from your eyes.
Okay, so
Thank you so much.
thank you for the first session. I hope that you get something about writing, even though it's very brief, and it will become our basis for the exercise in second session later after lunch. Okay, thank you again, Miss Lily, Miss Dian, FYP leader, Tim, Christy, Maura, and Nazira, and all Unison 2024. I'll see you again after lunch. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Miss.
Bye. Thank you,
Thank you,
Miss.
Miss.
Thank you, Miss.